Okay, good evening, everybody. So tonight we're going to be doing a very similar thing to yesterday. It's going to seem like a lot of repeat because of the way that I taught the first lesson. It really lends itself to tonight's lesson. You'll see that it's a lot of repeating. It's actually two separate lessons, but the way that I teach it at the beginning is a process you're going to continue to use. So if you didn't really understand the notes from the other night, hopefully after today they'll make a little bit more sense to you, and then we'll just continue to build on these processes. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using writing equations of a line using the slope y-intercept form. So the second that is said, hopefully what we would write down on our paper is y equals mx plus b. Oh, by the way, I guess I should talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, I'm using a black background. I'm just trying this, seeing if you guys like it better, see if other colors show up a little bit better. So for this, the white that I write in actually is black, and then all the other colors are the same. So if I write in red, your red, blue, blue. The only difference is that my white is your black, and we got a black screen. And if you've done any work on Khan Academy, this probably looks more like what theirs look like. They use a black background. I'll try it for a couple days, and if you guys don't like it, you like the other way better, I certainly have no problem going back the other way. I just thought I'd give it a try since this program allows me to. Okay, there we go. So we're going to y equals mx plus b. And so I start looking around, and I notice that there's certain things that I'm told. Well, one thing that I'm told is right here. I'm told what m is, and so that m is the same as this m. So that's kind of good. So I can take this number right here and plug it in for that letter right there. So whenever I do that, I always use parentheses, so I get negative 3/4 parentheses. Now, I'm looking around and I go, okay, I got to get this equation into y equals mx plus b. All they gave me was m, so what else am I supposed to do? Well, if we understand what else they gave me, then I remember that this right here is x and this is y. So they gave me x and y as well. So I can take the y and plug it in for this y right here. Take that y and plug it in for that y. And so when I do that, I get 2, and then I can take this x right here and plug it in for that x right there. And when I do that, I get negative 4, and then all I have left is plus b. Now I have one equation and I have one variable, therefore I can solve this, no problem. And so I'm going to multiply negative 3/4 times negative 4. Please do not multiply negative 3 times 4. Instead, if you need to do that, that's fine. We want to try and simplify first. That right there creates a 1. So those simplify out, and I now have 2 equals negative 3 times negative 1 plus b. So then I have 2 equals 4 plus b. So then I, subtract 4 from both sides, and I get negative 2 equals b. So then my final equation is y equals negative 3/4 x, minus, come on people, why can't I write on this? Sorry, little technical glitch there. So negative 3/4 x minus 2 is my final slope intercept form equation. Okay, now going on to the next one. For this one, we're given 2 points. We're given the points 1, negative 2, and negative 5, 4. Again, we're still trying to find the equation of a line. So the best thing for me to do would be to write y equals mx plus b. And for this one, I have to find the slope and y-intercept. I'm not given either one of those, so I'm going to find the slope first. And yesterday I did a lot of work with delta y over delta x. So today I'll do m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so I'll just make this x1 and this y1, this x2 and that y2. Remember, it doesn't matter which one you do. So here I'm going to get 4 minus negative 2. Please make sure you're using parentheses always. Negative 5 minus 1. And so here I get 4 minus negative 2. That tells me to keep change. So I get 6 over keep change. Negative 6, which is equal to negative 1. So slope is equal to negative 1. So now I know that this right here is equal to negative 1. And just like we did in the previous problem, I know the slope. I'm trying to find the b, so I can take either one of these equations and plug them in for my x and my y. So I'll go ahead and just use this one here. This one. I'll plug that one in. So I get negative 2 equals negative 1 times 1 plus b. So negative 2 equals negative 1 plus b. Add 1 to both sides. Negative 1 equals b. So there we go. So now I have my y intercept, which is b, and I have my slope. So my equation then becomes y equals negative x, which is fine, and then minus b. Excuse me, not minus b, but instead, oh no, I don't think I can cross that out. Not minus b, but minus 1. Oops, gosh darn it. Let me erase that. Okay, minus 1, sorry. Yikes. So here's my equation. Y equals negative x minus 1. Okay, so that would be my final answer. Okay, and the last way is similar to what we were doing yesterday. We're going to find it from a graph. Notice that my graph is not on graph paper, and I don't have any markings. I'm going to show you that we don't need to have markings for them, and each of these lines can still be found the equation of a line. So what I'm going to start off with, as I always start off with, is y equals mx plus b. And from this I need to find the slope and the y-intercept. The slope is probably the easier one to find because it's given, they gave me 2 points. So you can do that any of 3 ways. You could do m equals delta y over delta x. Delta x. You could do it as m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and that is m equals rise over run or fall over run. And of course that means slope triangles. So when I look at this, I'm going to start at the leftmost point. So I'm going to start at this one, and I'm going to go to this one. Well, that's not a very happy face, is it? So I start at this point, and in order for me to get down to this point down here, I need to fall. So I'm going to fall there, and to show that I'm falling, I say negative. And I had to fall a total of from 7 down to negative 3. So from here to here is 7, and then from here to here is 3 more, so that means a total of negative 10. And then I go from here to there. I always run to the right, never go left. And so I went from 2 up to 6, so that gave me a 4. So then my slope is equal to, m is equal to negative 10 over 4, which is equal to negative 5 halves. Okay? And then now I have my slope, so I know that this right here is going to be negative 5 halves. And I just take either one of those 2 points they gave me, plug it in for my x and y. So I will plug in this one, let's say. It doesn't really matter. I'll plug in this one. So I get negative 3 times 6 plus b. So once again, I would like you to simplify those out, and that becomes a 3. So then I have negative 3 equals negative 15 plus b. Add 15 to both sides. 12 is equal to b. And you can see that that would be quite far off of my graph, which is one nice reason to know how to do these without having to read the graph. So my equation then becomes y equals negative 5 halves x plus 12. And that is my final answer. Okay, so there's 3 ways. Given a slope and a point, given 2 points, or given a graph, we should still be able to write our equations of a line. And give me feedback on the black screen if you'd like to. Make sure you're filling out that form. Also, each one of these is a little bit different, so they should each get their own summary. Some of you tried to include all summaries on the same front page. You should have these on separate pages, and they each should get their own summaries. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.